Hi everyone, just wanted to start this video with a short disclaimer. I'm not a professional installer. This video shows how I chose to install my Viofo A229 Pro in my Mazda CX-5. Always disconnect and discharge your car battery before removing interior trim to prevent accidental airbag deployment. Follow this video at your own risk. I'm not responsible for any resulting damage, injury, or issues. Thank you.
Okay, so I started by removing the weather stripping by the column, and then I'm just going to pull this away. There's a few clips in there. Okay, get the clips down here, dislodged. Okay, and then from there it has the retaining clip in there, which I don't know if you can see. First of all is this piece comes out, make it a little easier to see what we're doing in there. And what we're going to do is twist this with pliers so then it'll fit through that hole. See this, and I'm just going to twist it so then it fits through. Okay, so I have a new one here, and this is how it comes together. So pretty much what I was doing is twisting it using the needle nose pliers, so then it would go sideways and push out. I wasn't able to do that with just one hand, but yeah, it was pretty easy once I was able to just pretty much go in from the top and then grab it, twist, and then push it through. And then over here is what we have, what it looks like here. Yeah, so I'm gonna remove this one, and basically what this looks like is it has a clip on the top and on the bottom. So I'm gonna stick a knife in there just to grab it out and take it out. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is pretty much just keep tension on this while I have the knife, try to pry it in there, be careful. You know, just put a little bit of pressure on this just to get it to snap out. Switch hands. Alright, and then I'm going to do the bottom side once that top one is out, and then with steady pressure I'll just pull out like that. I'm putting the new one in there, or reusing it if you're able to get it. It's pretty easy, you just have to pop it in there as it was. And then it has this additional piece here that actually goes on the top, so that part actually comes out. I can show you with the old one, but it's just the retaining clip for it. Yeah. So yeah, it pretty much goes like that. And then from there, just to show you what I did with wiring. I wired it through here. These unclip if you just open it like that. So I just used the existing wire retainers, pushed it all the way back here, and then to wire it down to the fuse box, I just poked it in right here. So once you have this assembled in here, you know, it's through the hole on the inside. It's slotted on there. It's easy as just finding the spot that it's supposed to go into. One-handed is not as great. Okay, but yeah, you can see it's just slotted in. Line up the clips. There's one right here, one down in the center, and yeah, you just push it in, and then it'll just set. And that's it. Just double checking. Okay. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Once that's on there like that, you're all good. Put the weather stripping back. And that's it. And yeah, just as context, I just wired it up through the top here and just found an opening on this side. I did a other car recently and I wasn't able to get it over the notch on this one, not for a CX-5 but for a Camry, and I just had the wire coming out. It's pretty much all open right here. Okay, so to remove this trim, there's a hook over here, and then this should just pop off. And then same thing on this side, there's a hook over here, and then this side will pop off as well. Then as you can see on the bottom, these are the hooks that need to be unclipped first, and then the rest just pops out. And then run the cord underneath here. The way that I got it through the center pillar here is by pressing the cord up through the gap behind it, and I'll be able to show you on this other side. Pretty much you just get a prying tool or an interior tool and you push the cord up through there, and then you're able to do the same thing over here. I'll just show you that. So same design where the clips on the side, or the hooks on the side, and then it clips. So I'm just going to follow that. Okay. Cool. So then from there, you can take out the weather stripping here, and that's how I routed it through the back. You can kind of see it right here. And then because they have the curtain airbags right here, you don't want to route it over the top unless you can get it over the airbags. So then you can kind of fish it through here, and I'll show you the other side. Okay, and then once you get it through this weathering in the back seat, we're going to try to get it through here to the back, and that's what I did, was fish it through there. What I ended up doing was cutting a piece of cardboard long and skinny, folding it in half. This is about 2 feet. I would recommend a little bit longer, but I would say 2 feet is about the minimum that you can use, and pretty much taping the end as it pops out to the cord, and then pulling it back through, which is why there's tape on here. Yeah, and pretty much what I did was just stick it in here and then just push it along it, and you can kind of just feel where it stops and goes, and you can pretty much go all the way. It's the whole distance about 2 feet, so what I ended up doing was taping it right there and then fishing it through from this side, so you can kind of see right there it is, and then attaching the cable and then running it back through. Cool. From there, I'm going to wire this up through here. You can actually see, if you take off the weather strip off the back, that there's a gap here, and you can see into that compartment. Okay, and here's how I fished it through, kind of like right in this spot. There's a spot down here too, but I ended up going to the higher one since I'm going to be routing along the top and then into the trunk. So I'm doing this with the Viofo A229 Pro kit. Unfortunately, the 6-meter cord is not quite enough. You actually need about 7 or 8 meters. I did pick up this USB-C extender, and this is what I'm going to be using to wire through. I think I'm going to wire through this one on the right just because there's less cords going through it and has more space. And then I'm going to route it through here and then through. And just a side note of how to get this piece off. It's just a clip system, so you just pull it straight off, and then kind of to show you the back matching the angle of the trunk, they kind of just go straight in. The side ones are super easy to undo, both sides, but this middle one here takes a little bit more effort. But yeah, it just pulls directly out like this way. Okay, so I was able to get the cord through this thing. Just took a little bit of wiggling from underneath here. This kind of comes down pretty far if you take out the clips, which there are 3 of. They're just the simple pop out kind, where you take out the interior part and then the whole part just pops out pretty easily. I'm just putting together back the weather stripping here, and I'm going to just show you how to do one of these clips. So make sure that it's not engaged. You just pop it in there not engaged. Let's see if we can see what's going on in there. Yep. So you can kind of see that. There we go. And then press that next one to pop it in. Cool. So yeah, pretty good. The cord's just going through right there. Okay. Cool. So yeah, we got the cord going through here, up the side, followed through here. I was able to push it through here with one hand in here and kind of one hand pushing it through at the same time. And then I was originally thinking I would push it through right here, but it's metal, it's not going to move as easily as the trim is, so I'm going to reinstall the trim, which is just going to be a push in and just have this hanging out while I do that. Okay, so with this last bit, I'm just going to put this on. Just be mindful of where this clip is. I actually just tried to put it on there earlier and it didn't clip in all the way, so I'm just going to be mindful of where this is so I push directly behind it and get that one clipped in. These other ones are really easy to clip in comparatively. So okay, so I do want to note that after clipping this one right here and getting the sides clipped, I had a difficult time getting these clipped right here, this one and this one. So just be mindful, you know, if it looks like there's a big gap right here, then it's probably not clipped in all the way at the top. It just took me a second to find where those clips were and push them in a little bit more.
Thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful. I apologize in advance if I missed anything. Feel free to leave a comment and I'll do my best to get back to you. Thanks.